Yo, what is up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a full card prediction for Contender Series Week 8. Now, there are a total of 5 fights on this card. We have Carlos Ulberg taking on Bruno Oliveira at light heavyweight. We have Ignacio Bahamondes taking on Edson Gomez at welterweight. We have Pauline Macias taking on Gloria de Paula at women's flyweight. We have Vince Murdoch taking on Luis Saldana at featherweight. And for the first fight of the night, we have Jared Vandeira taking on a Harry Hunsucker at heavyweight. Jared Vandeira was actually supposed to be in the main event of this card against Oscar Ivan Cota, but Cota ended up withdrawing, so Harry Hunsucker is actually taking Oscar Ivan Cota's place in this one. That's why this is not the main event for this Contender Series fight card for this week. So, let's just get it started with the first fight of the night. We have Jared Vandeira taking on Harry Hunsucker. This fight is a pretty good fight. We have two heavyweights taking it at it. Both of these guys have had a little bit rough careers. Jared Vandeira, literally every time he joins a pretty legit promotion like the LFA, he literally loses. He has 3 losses in the LFA, 4 losses total. He is 10-4. His only loss outside of the LFA was at EFC Worldwide 66, and it was a split decision to Andrew Van Zyl. So that was, it was a pretty close fight. I honestly thought he won that fight. So most of his losses have come to very legit competition, and he is currently ranked as the 120th best heavyweight fighter in the world. Harry Hunsucker, on the other hand, he is actually currently not ranked as a heavyweight worldwide because he has not joined a promotion like the LFA to get him that ranking on the worldwide scale. Jared Vandeira, he is 10-4. He started his career off pretty good with a 5-fight win streak with KOs, 3 KOs, 2 submissions. Lost a 5th round Kimura to Richard Odoms at LFA 15. Came back with a first round ankle lock. Ended up losing those 2 decisions. Like I said, that split decision and then a unanimous decision in the LFA. Came back with 3 second round KOs in a row. Lost his next by second round triangle choke to Renan Ferreira at LFA 74 in a main event. Came back with a unanimous decision. All of that getting him the shot on the Contender Series. Harry Hunsucker, on the other hand, his career has been a little bit different. His losses were at the beginning of his career, as he ended up losing his first ever pro MMA bout by first round KO. Came back with a first round rear naked choke submission. Lost his next fight by first round KO, and then he has actually not lost since, as he came back with a 5-fight win streak with a first round KO, a first round rear naked choke submission, a first round KO, a first round Americana, and most recently a first round Kimura over Jordan Mitchell, getting him this short notice fight against Jared Vandeira. Now, Jared Vandeira is really known for his knockouts. Hunsucker, he's pretty good at knockouts himself, but he's more known for his submission skills. Vandeira is a very good knockout artist, and Hunsucker has been knocked out twice in his career. They were early fights in his career, but he still has a pretty weak chin, and I think Vandeira is gonna really highlight on that and really go for that knockout in this fight to propel his career inside the UFC. I really think Vandeira is gonna win this fight. I think he will definitely get a KO in this fight, either in the first or second round. I'm not honestly too sure about which round he's gonna get the knockout in, but I'm very sure he's gonna get a knockout in this fight. The second fight of the night is Vince Murdoch, Luis Saldana. It is a featherweight fight. We have 2 little bit smaller guys. Vince Murdoch 12-3, Luis Saldana 13-6. They're both the same age. Now the thing that's gonna play a huge factor in this fight is their height and reach. Now Vince Murdoch is 5'6" tall. Luis Saldana is 5'11" tall. Luis Saldana definitely has the advantage there. Vince Murdoch is gonna kind of have to work around that. He's also going to have to work around that reach advantage for Luis Saldana, as Vince Murdoch has a 65-inch reach. Luis Saldana has a 74.5-inch reach. So Luis Saldana definitely has the height and reach advantage. But if you look at those Tapology predictions for this fight, out of 350 votes, 85% of the votes are going for Murdoch to win this fight. They really think he's going to get this win by knockout, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get the win by knockout. He is the smaller fighter. He is the less lengthy fighter. So this fight goes all the way. I'm pretty sure Luis Saldana could win this fight. Could win this fight. Vince Murdoch could definitely get a knockout in this fight as well. I think it's a toss-up between if Vince Murdoch gets a knockout in this fight or if he drops Luis Saldana in the first or second round and uses that to get a decision in this fight. It's honestly one of those two. I don't think Luis Saldana will win this fight. I think Vince Murdoch's going to use that power and win this fight by either unanimous decision or KO in the first round. Now, the next fight we have is Pauline Macias versus Gloria De Paula. This is a women's strawweight bout. Pauline Macias, she is currently undefeated at 4-0. Gloria De Paula is 4-2. They're both similar ages. They have similar weights. Their heights are pretty similar. 5'4" for Pauline Macias, 5'5" for Gloria De Paula. They have the same reach. So they're pretty similar fighters when you look at it. Just Gloria De Paula does have those 2 losses. Now, those 2 losses weren't actually against a very good competition. She lost both of them by unanimous decision. Every single one of her wins has come by knockout, except for one that came by decision, and that was in one of her earlier fights. Now, both of their losses have come by decision as well. If she is to win this fight, if Gloria De Paula is going to win this fight, she's going to be looking for a knockout. I just don't think she's going to get a knockout in this fight. Just because Pauline Macias, she's very good on the ground. She's a top 70 female strawweight in the world. She has very good submission skills. She has 2 submissions in her career and then 2 unanimous decisions inside the LFA. I think she'll try to go for takedowns in this fight and try to get some submissions. Therefore, keeping Gloria De Paula off the feet where she can get a knockout, I think Pauline Macias is just going to win this fight by unanimous decision, using her grappling and keeping Gloria De Paula off the feet. Now, for our co-main event of the evening, we have Ignacio Bahamondes versus Edson Gomez. This fight's pretty good, I have to say. But I'm really leaning Bahamondes, and the reason why is he has a huge height and reach advantage. He is currently 6 inches taller in this fight. He's 6 inches taller. Absolutely insane. He has a lot longer of a reach. He's much younger at 23 years old, while Edson Gomez is 29 and a half years old. Ignacio Bahamondes, he just came off a win inside the LFA against Chris Brown. It was a split decision, however. It was a very close fight. He did show that he could use that reach against a guy like Chris Brown, who is a very good fighter and who has a similar style to Edson Gomez. So if he can kind of execute the same game plan he did in that Chris Brown fight, I think Ignacio Bahamondes will have no problem winning this fight by unanimous decision. And that leads us to our main event of the evening, where we have Carlos Ulberg taking on Bruno Oliveira. This fight is very, very good. This is a very, very split fight. If you look at the Tapology predictions, out of 350 votes, it's literally split. 51% going Oliveira, 49% are going Ulberg. Now, those 51% going Oliveira are kind of split between submission and KO. The 49% going Ulberg, literally all saying is going to win the fight by knockout. Carlos Ulberg is 2-0. Bruno Oliveira is 8-1. Now, Carlos Ulberg is 29, almost 30 years old, so he's still at the prime of his career. Bruno Oliveira, on the other hand, 36 and a half years old. He has 9 fights in his pro MMA career right now. Carlos Ulberg, his only 2 fights have come by knockout. Not knockout, by unanimous decision. His kickboxing bouts, which were most recently back in 2019, he had 3 KOs in the 3rd round and 2nd round in kickboxing, so he definitely has a lot of power. Bruno Oliveira, on the other hand, he's going to be looking to try to take you down, or I'm pretty sure he's going to be looking to take you down. But if he can't take you down, he's definitely a good striker as well. But I think that age is going to play a factor in this fight, and I do think that Carlos Ulberg is going to use that power to honestly crack Bruno Oliveira many, many times in this fight. But I don't think he's going to knock out Bruno Oliveira. I think this fight's going to go all the way, and I have Carlos Ulberg winning this fight by unanimous decision. Alright, so those are my predictions for this fight card. I have Jared Vanderaa winning this fight. I have Vince Murdoch winning the fight. I have Pauline Macias winning the fight. Ignacio Bahamondes winning this fight. And then finally in the main event, I have Carlos Ulberg winning against Bruno Oliveira. This should be a very good fight. We have a heavyweight, a featherweight, a flyweight, a welterweight, and a light heavyweight bout. Pretty spread out on the weight classes. This should be a very good card. Make sure to tune in on Wednesday. It's not Tuesday anymore. For some reason, they switched it to Wednesday. But make sure to tune in. This fight card should be very, very good. Very exciting fight card. Make sure to like, subscribe. This has been a very fun video to record. But that being said, I'm out of here.